Hello everyone, welcome back to Survival Minecraft. We're starting off today's episode in the mines where I found an iron vein. I also found lots of diamonds nearby, including a cave that was in the deep dark biome. I was coming down here to the mines because I wanted to get a bit more iron and hopefully some diamonds and gold and other ores. And it was then that I stumbled upon this iron vein, and I also found this massive cave, which I did not explore very far, but eventually I found some gold, and then I found some diamonds. And as I was mining the gold, I found even more diamonds behind the cave, so I would go to gather those diamond veins that you can see over there. There we go, we got the achievement for diamonds. Of course there was some annoying gravel, but I would eventually get enough diamonds from strip mining as well to make a full suit of diamond armor and tools. Because in this episode I'm going to do a lot of building, so I wanted to get geared up. Well, now I am fully geared up, and I also have enough diamonds to make tools as well from strip mining and even more caving. And along the way I also found a second spawner, which was a spider spawner, so if I ever need to make a string farm I can come back here. I also managed to make up enough bookshelves for a full enchanting table, but I needed some obsidian to make the enchanting table, so I went to a nearby ruined portal to mine the obsidian, and without enchantments, of course, it takes a while. Back underground, I found a skulk vein to mine 4 levels. Back on the surface, I found this awesome mountain range, which is why I had picked the seed. And I also did some more harvesting of resources and transporting villagers because I wanted to make an iron farm. I used lead ropes to lure the villagers into a place where they could get scared by a zombie, and now that it was nighttime, I found a zombie and trapped it in a boat, because then you don't need name tags. Now that the zombie was safely in the boat, I can close him up and make the iron farm. This is the area that the iron will be collected in, and I've turned off fire ticks so that wood doesn't burn. I also made this little chamber that the iron golems can fall into, and this is all spawn proof with buttons so that the golems can't spawn on top of it. Then I wanted to breed up some more villagers in the meantime to make a basic villager trading hall, so I put down some beds and let them get to work, but they just wanted to dance. I also managed to catch another zombie, and then I put the villagers in minecarts and let the zombie turn them into zombie villagers, and I used the splash potions of weakness I had gathered from the igloos and the golden apples to convert quite a few of them. So now I have about 8 villagers that have been cured, and because of my iron farm, I can use some emeralds that I got from stick trades to get enchanted gear, to get enchanted books and things like that, because you can get really good deals when you cure the villagers. In the meantime, I also used the levels for the villagers to enchant some of my armor and managed to get some decent enchantments. I also leveled up a farmer villager so that I could get golden carrots. I used these toolsmith villagers to get emeralds very easily, as well as basically free diamond tools. Now, I moved on to getting mending, which I managed to get for just 1 emerald. This was a really good deal and allowed me to put mending on all my armor and tools. I would also get some other decent enchantments from the couple of villagers that I had left. I crafted up another anvil and put mending on my sword and my tools. I also got a villager to sell me protection books, so I could put protection 4 on my armor. But then I needed more levels to put more books on my gear, so I went back to the zombie spawner that I had found earlier when making my strip mine, and I decided to dig it out to make a zombie XP farm. I took the bookshelves and moved them back down here so that I could set up my enchanting table and put a grindstone as well. I put a grindstone down so that I could get rid of enchantments I didn't want, and was able to get a lot of levels from killing zombies. I had leveled up the Fletcher villager from selling sticks and managed to get arrows of fire resistance, so I wanted to try them out, and that will be very useful when I eventually go to the Nether. I did more trading and leveled up the villager so that I could get glass, because I also wanted to build a greenhouse. I continued to expand the platform that I was making because I wanted all of my builds to be on the same level, and I made more paths using tuff. I also started making a small stable for the horses, and I would use some polished tuff for the roof and mostly spruce and tuff for the stable itself. It's just a simple design, nothing too fancy, but I moved the horses inside to their new forever home. Now you can see our progress so far. We have a nice flat platform, some paths, and next I wanted to make a decoration for the iron farm. I also expanded the path a bit more, and I worked on building a retaining wall because the platform was floating without it. I next made some outlines for the paths, and I keep misplacing blocks, it's quite annoying. However, I also had some more empty space, so I added some extra platforms for some more farms, and I planted some seeds in them so that I had more wheat. It's useful if I want to breed animals or make mud. I also replaced the torches with lanterns now that I had an iron farm, and I will be using a lot of lanterns in the future. I filled up some more empty space between the buildings with more crops, because it just adds more nature and color to the builds. There you can see our progress so far. It's looking pretty good. I went with carrots and potatoes over there instead of wheat. Next, I started making a decoration for the outside of the iron farm. Because I had designed the platform in this way, it spawn-proofs that iron golems can't spawn, even though I'm decorating the outside of it. I went with mostly oak, tuff, and spruce. Now that that was done, I decided to make a windmill. I apologize for rushing through all of these builds, but I promise I will show them to you at the end. I had a goal in mind for what type of builds I wanted to make, so this was the next on the list. The platform of the windmill was made out of deep slate, and then I went with some spruce and birch for the tower. Next, I started making the blades of the windmill with more spruce, and I decided to use spruce fences, and white wool. I also made a roof of deep slate and tuff for the windmill. I highly recommend using a water bucket when building windmills because it can help you with tricky areas. Next, I moved my sugarcane plantation because I wanted to expand it for when I would make rockets eventually. I also expanded my villager breeder because I wanted more traders, and I did not want them to interfere with the iron farm, so I made sure that they would be at least 100 blocks away. Then I used minecarts to push a couple of villagers to their new breeding center, and eventually I'm going to set it up so that it's an automatic breeder with a little farm, and I might even make auto crop farms with more farmer villagers. But as you can see, it does work, and they do eventually produce more offspring that I can use to trade with. I placed some campfires in the greenhouse and added some carpets to stop the bees from taking damage. I also planted some poppies from the iron farm because I wanted to put some bees in the greenhouse. I led some bees back to their nest and gathered it up with silk touch. Did you know that the ones that spawn in the wild are actually called bee nests, or the ones that the player can craft are actually called bee hives? I placed the bee nests over campfires and added some flowers for decoration and for the bees to pollinate on. So this will be nice to have some extra beeswax, and I might make it an automatic beeswax farm in the future. I then waited for the bees to come out so that I could breed them because there weren't that many bees. But for some reason they were taking a while. Eventually I was able to breed them, and I will keep doing so off camera so that I have enough to make an auto beeswax farm in the future. Welcome back. After all that building, I wanted to finally show you the progress that I have achieved so far. We've now passed over day 100, well into the early 20s or 30s of the next 100 days, so I thought I'd stop and show you all of my progress. Here you could see the windmill that I have made, and as well as some extra farm fields, the starter house and barn, and our mine entrance. I also made some paths to the new area with the stables, the iron farm, and the greenhouse, as well as a big sugarcane plantation getting prepared for eventually when I get an elytra. I still haven't even gone to the nether yet, so I might have to tackle that in a future episode. I also want to expand the retaining wall and do more terraforming because the platform is looking quite odd right now, and I also want to do more builds on the side of the hill next to the windmill over there because I built a lot in this area but not a lot on the right. But now I will show you a more closer up view of the starter house and of the starter base. Here you could see the windmill in all its glory. The blades was the worst part to make. I decided to use wool, as I had said, for the blades, and there's nothing on the inside. It's mostly for decoration, but I might use it for extra storage in the future. I also used some mossy cobblestone stairs. As you can see, there's nothing on the inside, but you can go up to the second floor, but I haven't added more floors yet. And I made a little pathway that links it up to the starter base. Here is our mine shaft, which goes all the way down, and I do need to make proper staircases down to bedrock, but I haven't really got that far yet. I made a little retaining wall with some turrets and some more crop fields, we have a very simple well, and I have this poor cat which I trapped in a boat so it wouldn't run off, and I'm going to name it Dinky because of another cat that I look after, which is also black. It has the same name. In real life, that is. Here is the iron farm. I went with a very simple design of oak and spruce as well as a deep slate roof. But it looks quite good if I do say so myself. And we can access the iron from this trapdoor. As you can see, it does work quite well. But I've been taking a lot of iron from it to make iron blocks. I also took a bunch of rotten flesh because I'm going to trade with Cleric's villager to get emeralds. Here is our barn, which I made earlier, and I was breeding up a bunch of sheep for wool and cows in case I needed them. I made some more additional crop fields by the stables. We have our 2 horses. I think I might call them Yin and Yang because one is black and one is white. And here we have our lovely greenhouse, which is almost more like an apiary rather than a greenhouse. But I did want it to have both bee house and apiary vibes. I did use some of the new shelves for the door because it adds kind of like vertical slabs. Because it looks kind of like vertical slabs. And here I've planted some flowers, and the bees are using them to pollinate, and then they go back to the hive. And looks like we can get even more honeycomb if we want to. I added some extra campfires in case I can make more bees. I also have tons of sugarcane now, so it's pretty good. I might texture the ground as well, but I wanted it to be slabs because then mobs won't spawn. And I didn't want iron golems to spawn outside of the mob farm. It also prevents hostile mobs from spawning. But I do want some natural landscape over there, so that's why I left the grass. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year's if you celebrate, and if you don't, I hope you had a very fun time regardless. Take care, bye-bye.